Poverty can be defined when a person lacks of essential for a minimum standard of well-being in life. Currently, the percentage of Malaysian citizens in poverty is increasing, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic, with about 639.8 thousand households in 2020, as many people have been laid off due to the lack of money for the company to pay them. In addition, this can be shown that the mean monthly rate for individuals' income in urban are lessening by 9.3%.
Dan untuk itu kerajaan memutuskan untuk melaksanakan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan mulai 18 Mac 2020 iaitu lusa hingga 31 Mac 2020 di seluruh negara.
Malaysia's absolute poverty rate jumped to 5.6% in 2019 in urban areas. The poverty incidence was 3.8% compared with rural areas at 12.4% after the government revised the national poverty line income to RM2,208 per household a month versus RM980 previously, which made $405,441 per household across the country. However, the number of poor households increased to 639.8 thousand households in 2020. Almost about 30% of the city where people can't afford or living in low income because the poverty line was put very much low. So the average income is about RM2,000 and they have 4 to 5 kids. And the experience of the abbreviation is quite high. On 11 Malaysian plan, which is focused on the B40 with that, has in some ways neglected the B10 or the bottom end because Malaysia then officials think poverty is not an issue, but it's actually an issue in specific targeted groups.
Urban poverty indeed brings implications not only to the people but also to the country development. This is because the standard of living in urban are high, especially the housing prices continue to rise from time to time. Therefore, as people do not afford to buy a house, they will choose to stay in slum and squatters area. This is very concerning because the children who live in those areas usually do not receive a preschool education because their parents can't afford to send their children to school. They will also exposed to other problems such as contagious disease due to unhygienic environmental. Furthermore, the more people live in slum and squatters area, the worse city image will be. The tourists will have a negative impressions on the city, thus it will demonstrate that the government failure in effectively combat the issue at hand in hand. So, 2012 hypothesis that the crime rate appears notable to be higher in the poorer neighborhoods because of the economic hardships and deprivations and also the living conditions which force many into crime to meet up their basic needs. Furthermore, during this pandemic COVID-19, the lockdown enforced by the government made people stay inside, increase the domestic violence they reported. This will contribute to the high crime rate in Malaysia and bring crime image to the country. Thus, they will bring negative impact to the development country because the investor must reluctant to invest in the country that have a crime rate.
Everyone should involve and have important role to curb this issue in our country. We can see that government in Malaysia has introduced various financial assistance to alleviate the issue of urban poverty in Malaysia, such as Bantuan Prihatin Nasional since the era of COVID-19 pandemic. Other than that, Bantuan Rakyat Satu Malaysia was familiar to help the poverty in Malaysia.
Untuk meringankan beban anda, kerajaan akan menyediakan Bantuan Prihatin Nasional.
The latest program that was introduced by the government to the urban poverty issue is 5MY program in federal territories. There are 5 initiatives under this program, which are My Job Wilayah, My Food Wilayah, My Grocer Wilayah, My School Bus Wilayah, and My Medic Wilayah. Besides that, society also took part to help to alleviate this issue of urban poverty. Firstly is Dignity for Children Foundation. Dignity for Children Foundation is a non-governmental organization that provides free education to the children who is 2 years old until 18 years old in Kuala Lumpur. Besides that, society also take part to giving free foods to the needy group through the food bank that available in Malaysia, such as Pertiwi Soup Kitchen, Cekar Movement, and also Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia. Thirdly is White Flag application. MSU student was take initiative to create or implemented the Sambal Sauce app. Lastly, there are some individuals such as Ustaz Abid Liu and also Uncle Ketak.
Saya memang menangis lah. Memang tengok rumah tu kalau orang tak nangis memang tak tahulah.
Ustaz Abid Liu had took initiative to produce Ilyus Mart. Ilyus Mart is selling the basic needs with lower prices and it was provided for the lower income group. The City Council also took their part in helping poor people who lives in urban area. The Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur DBKL hold a vital role in helping the poor people in Kuala Lumpur. One of the initiatives taken by DBKL is by providing or distributing the food aid towards the homeless people through the collaboration with Kecharis Soup Kitchen and Pertiwi Soup Kitchen. In addition, the Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur DBKL also had taken the initiatives in providing a temporary shelter for the homeless community to stay while seeking for their future jobs, which known to be the Anjong Kelana Center. Other than that, the Dewan Bandaraya Kuala Lumpur DBKL had taken initiatives in giving a free rent towards 20,000 families who live at the People Housing Project, which is known as PPR, and a public housing, which is PA, who face a job and financial difficulties.
The Malaysian urban poor living on the edges of society, the challenge will be even greater as jobs become much harder to secure, especially in the current economy. The COVID-19 pandemic has devastated the global economy and people's living. The urban people found themselves stripped of their livelihoods and main source of income. Therefore, the government need to create more initiative on job opportunities. Beside One Malaysia Training Scheme and My Future Job that listing job vacancies, the government can create more initiative in providing job programs, especially for lower qualification people. This can be done by providing training for them to develop more of their skills. Instead of just focusing on qualification, the job promote may be centered on the skills. We should recognize that poor people around us may not have the access to education. This will directly help not only the people with no qualifications, but also people that want to change on their job scope, as the COVID-19 pandemic may stop them from performing their old job. Other than that, the urban poverty can be reduced by providing free financial consultation. This can be provided for the people of B40 and below. This is because they can advise the poor in managing their financial in a proper way. The services given by financial consultants may be supported by the government. With this, it encourages poor people to save more and knows the level of expenses they should spend. Thus, in order to help minimize their suffering, Malaysian government have spent billions of money to alleviate their financial burden and assure that the economy keep on running.
Therefore, all levels of societies plays a vital role in combating this issue.